Okay, Saturday morning in the kingdom, and we have no idea what the temperature is. Yes, take a look at that. No idea. Okay, it's after midnight. We just fueled up the generator. I mean, the welder, so we can run till 6 o'clock in the morning. Yes, we are in full lifestyle comfort here in the kingdom. We have the lights on in the house. We're watching YouTube or loading up the YouTube videos, okay? The power's been out since 4:30 this afternoon. No idea why. The three communities of the north here in the northwest corner of Manitoba, better known as Wilderness, Alaska, do not have power. But if the thing power usually goes out, it's 3 to 4 hours because the hydro guy has to come and flip the switch because nobody lives here anymore. But now they're posting on the government hydro website the power will be returned on Sunday. Yes, Sunday. So that's like a long time away. But that's no problem because we're prepared for this. So we got the yard lights on, we got the cameras recording. I'm standing out here holding a stick. Yes. And I've been up since 4:23 this morning. I'm an old guy and I haven't had a nap yet. Yes. So this is just great. Of all things to happen on a Friday. Yeah. So it ruins the weekend. But plus we got a thunderstorm coming our way. So this will make it even more fun. All right. I better go have a snack. Probably peanut butter toast to go to bed. Because that's about the only thing I eat and live on. But we've done this before. We're not usually doing it at this warm temperature. It's usually in the winter when we lose power. And the longest we've ever gone is 27 hours. Yes. Well, I don't know what they're talking about, 3 days or something. I don't know. They're smoking the drapes. But that's the new world we live in. I don't know. Nobody cares. So officially we're off grid. Yes, we're off grid. So now I'll be barred from the off-grid Facebook pages again. Oh, these lips need some more beer, but I have to stay sober to protect my yard, for keep the power on. And also, too, we went to the staff's house and grabbed a deep freezer. Yeah, just dragged it out down the stairs and into the back of the trailer because there's no way we're farting around. So the stuff is here plugged in. We'll do a full video of that in the daylight. We don't frick around. We just grab it, get it done. We protect ourselves because nobody else is going to help us because we live in Wilderness, Alaska, but in Northern Manitoba. All right, I better go. Okay, Saturday morning in the kingdom at 8 o'clock. Oh, it sounds echoey. But then again, I got the shop doors open, okay? All right, so there's the deep freezer from the staff's house. We went over there when the hydro website said that there's going to be no power till Sunday. We went and grabbed the deep freeze because, it's going to thaw out. So it's plugged in right there. See the cord? Maybe I'll back up a bit. It sounds echoey. All right, how's that? I don't know. The dogs are excited. Okay, so I'll scroll this way. Okay, that might be too fast. All right, can you guys see anything? Can we see anything? How's that? Okay, all right. All right, okay. We'll try that. All right. Oh, I got the burps. I had toast again. Okay, there's the welder there. It ran exactly from midnight last night till now on 5 gallons of gas, which is 20 liters. Okay. I had heat, hot water, stove, coffee pot, lights, camera, everything like that. So we'll do lots of times. Okay. Just like on Sesame Street. This is the number one. That's two. And you're number one with me. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. All right. So there we go. So I had next to nothing for sleep because you really don't sleep when the welder's running because you're keeping your ear out or eye on it or whatever like that. So I haven't had much sleep in the last 3 days. But I'm an old guy. I used to get up to go for a pee all the time. So 2 to 3 hours of sleep, that's normal. Okay. So this morning, we'll get organized here. So this morning, at 6 a.m. It was plus 10, but feels like plus 9 Celsius. Yeah. Okay. On the yo-yo scale, that's 50 Fahrenheit, but feels like 48 Fahrenheit. Yes, we got the 48 sedan delivery. All right. Also, too, Amazon has my cat train picture book on. Yeah, it's all pictures. So you go on there, it's an ebook. You see the pictures in glossy form and in color. Yeah, so if you buy the book, I don't offer it as a book because the pictures wouldn't be that very good in black and white. You'd see the world like I see it, but it's supposedly in color. So it's a free from July 22nd to the 26th, and it's the second book in the picture book series. Yes, because our pictures up here are totally different than somebody in Florida for some reason. Because we're wilderness Alaska. Yes, oh yes, but in northern Manitoba with no power. It's also too on the hydro website, they're showing 3 communities of the north with no power, plus 2 remote communities with diesel generators that they truck the fuel in over the winter roads having no power too. So I'm not sure how you can have a transmission line or some hydro dam malfunction to take out these remote places. Yeah. So I don't know if it's a mistake on their website or it's a computer glitch because the computers control everything, right? If we want more power, turn the power down, turn the power up, whatever. So that's what I'm thinking. It's a computer glitch. All right. Because there was no storm activity or anything like that to justify the hydro wires falling down in the bush or a lightning strike or anything like that, like what it should have happened, back in the day in the 1950s. Also, too, a YouTuber posted that's the film Tropic Thunder. Don't ever go full retard. So I made a mistake again for the first time in my life, but that's okay. I thought it was a Full Metal Jacket one. Oh well. But Tropic Thunder, I probably watched it, a long time ago. All right. So today we're just going to play around. We got to go check on the staff because she's got the propane stove, her camp stove, everything like that. I'm living the good life here with the welder for generator power. But it'd be nice to have batteries so I could use the computer and stuff and not having to listen to that. But it's very rare we lose power in the summer when it's warm. Because usually it's 40 below and stuff like that. The last time we lost lots of power, the dumb drillers ripped down the hydro wire. Yes, they drilled beside it for 2 weeks, moved the drill and ripped down the main hydro wire. Yeah, it was only minus 37, and it was, that's almost 40 below Fahrenheit, and we had no power for 18 hours. So the struggle was to keep the heat on everything, to keep the shop warm, the whole shack warm, the staff's house. So that's when we usually lose power. So Johnny's supposed to be hauling fish today. I don't know if they can phone him over in Grief Rapids because they got no power too. So I don't know what's going on. But life is so good here in on the outskirts of WHO-ville. So now I'm the Grinch. I'm living the good life looking down at the people of WHO-ville suffering. But who cares? They don't care about me? Oh well. I better go. Here comes the boss.
Saturday morning here in WHO-ville and the power's still off. It's been off since about 4:30 Friday evening, which isn't good. They said it's not going to be back on until Sunday around 2 o'clock, which you never know, that might not happen. But I am prepared. We took the freezer over to the kingdom, so all of our frozen food won't go to waste and thaw out like everyone else is in town here. Since the power's out and I have no way to cook, I grabbed some ice packs to keep my cooler nice and cold. You got to keep that beer cold. And then I grabbed the little camp stove here so I can actually cook breakfast and cook some meals. And I got some sandwich meat there. And of course I went and grabbed my dog treats. But we'll make some breakfast and then we're going to do yard work today because I cannot leave my house or else we'll get broken into. A little windy this morning here in WHO-ville, but since there's no power, I might as well get some yard work done and then go to the kingdom and see what he's up to. Out doing some yard work, and look what I found. These guys sure are beautiful. Really yellow and a little bit of orange in there. They kind of look like some corn on the cob. Didn't take very long and I got a load full of overgrown and some grass trimmings on the bottom. This is so you can see around the corner here at the stop sign so no one will get hurt. Now it's time to take this to the kingdom and see what he's doing. Lunchtime here in WHO-ville and there's still no power, so that means I can't use my stove to cook, but that's okay because I'm going to make KD on my camp stove here. I'm also doing this inside my skadooship because I don't want to do it in the house and it's nice out here. That didn't take very long at all, and it actually turned out really good. It's not soggy or mushy at all. Now it's time to eat lunch and finish my yard.
Okay, after lunch in the kingdom, this is the welder we've owned for over 26 years. It served us well, okay? So we got the extension cords here plugged in, and we have the main power source going right here. It's all the welding cables. And also, too, we unplug the welding leads, okay? Because you got to remember that's a lot of current going around in a circle there, so you're creating a magnet. And the exhaust goes up and towards the wood stove here. Okay, when we run the welder in the shop, we don't power the shop, okay? Because we don't need it anything in here. We run a trouble light or the lights or extension cords from the welder to create power to keep light functioning. In the winter, this welder puts up enough heat to heat this place to almost 90 degrees, so the dogs like that. So this is how we do it. This is now, okay, I should reword that. This is how not to do it. Okay, but this is survival. We're at the end of the world. This is survival. Either you're going to freeze to death, all your pipes, everything like that's going to freeze to death, or you could die, period. So this is the disclaimer, how not to do it. But this is the way we do it because it's all survival. Okay, so you got your power ones here. I'm colorblind, so I know the black is black and this goes that way in the ground or whatever. But this is the breaker that sends the power to the house. Okay, it's 100 amp. We have 200 amps coming up here, and I got it shut off in case the power does come back on. And this is the way we've done it for 25 years or 26 years, okay? It works, and it works good for us, but you got to remember you take care of it, and you don't have other people running through here or anything like that. We tie the wire onto the workbench there or the shelves so you don't trip over it. Oh, I got a cough here. Okay, I'm back. That was a good cough. We also use the heat gun or the temperature gun to see the wires to see if they're getting warm or anything like that. Because in the winter, they draw a fair amount of current because we're heating the house with baseboard heaters. So there's a fair amount of current going through here. Plus, this building gets really hot. Oh, I got the burps, but we had a good lunch. Yes, we cooked on the stove, not like some of the people of WHO-ville. But that's what I mean. Life is normal for us, but you have to keep on top of this stuff. All right, we're always taking the cover off the power panel. We're always checking everything because we only have the 200 amps coming in here, and you don't know what's overloaded, especially in the winter. So you use your temperature gun or heat gun to see what your temperatures are, because wires being loose or anything like that will cause heat, and heat makes fire, okay? Plus, we have to be on top of everything. We can't have it. We had this new breaker up here fry out. Okay, we had to replace it December 31st, 2014. Okay, it just fried out. But also, too, we had electrical hydrometer problems because when we put the meter back on, it fried out, tried to smoke out the other one. So there was major problems or something with that. But the local hydro guy here came and corrected it, no problem. Okay, we're in the house here to show what we're doing. So the staff has flashlights she's using, and we're charging here when the welder is running. But we're finding out these flashlights we bought in 2022 are absolute crap. They do not last long, and they take forever to charge. So anything we bought before 2022 are good flashlights. Quickly charge and hold the charge. On freaking real. That's the joys of the new world. I knew something was up with these flashlights here. We bought them for the last 20 years or something like that. We're stuck in our ways because we're English. Okay, over here, we had to drag out the plug-in coffee pot. Yes, so we could make it instead of turning the stove on, because the stove has a big element. So before I put this coffee pot away, I have to clean it out so it doesn't die. So I will be ready to go for the next time we have no power, which will probably be next week. Okay, here's proof in the pudding that we went to the staff's house and grabbed the deep freezer. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. Maybe I shouldn't be yelling at everybody or something like that. I don't know. People are wandering around the yards and stuff. They're looking, okay? Just like in the movie Mad Max. All right, so we grabbed the deep freeze out of her house. It was easier to bring it here than to think that the power would be coming back on and anything good in there could be saved. No, don't trust the government. Don't trust anything. Do it and survival. It's all about survival. So grab the deep freeze. Put it in the trailer, plug it in. So when the welder's running, we're keeping the deep freezer cold because there's a lot of money in there in food. Plus, we were supposed to have that thunderstorm last night that got pretty windy, so we had it covered. Now we don't have it covered, okay? Okay, one of the joys of not having a parade, we didn't use up all the gas, okay? So we gassed up all the vehicles by putting 5 gallons in, and now we siphoned it out. But at my age, I'm not very good at siphoning on the sucking on the hose and hand and eye coordination. And of course I don't have a clear hose, so I don't know when the gas is coming to fill my mouth to give me that extra flavor. So maybe that's why my voice is all screwed up and I'm having trouble talking on the video. But then, as soon as I sucked and got a mouthful of gas, I was using the mouthwash. Yes, we buy in bulk and then resize it into the water bottles here. So that's recycling at its finest when you're living off-grid in wilderness Alaska, but in northern Manitoba. Okay, if worse comes to worse, we can get out the military vehicle and eat the military food. Yeah, pulled pork. So I don't know if this is behind the seat of the truck or what. It's probably the same vintage. But then again on the back, okay, I see if I got enough talent. Like us on Facebook. All right, so there's no age or anything saying what vintage this ration is. But when they say Facebook, so it could be the last 15 years or 20 years, not like the green toy, the M816 military wrecker from 1976, based at Shallow, Manitoba. It was part of my wasted youth, which will be featured in my 4th book of the Naughty Natalie series. Okay, this will tell you how strong the wind got last night. There was a brand new barbecue cover on the promo bike here. Yes, they want $400 for a frickin' Welder's cover, but $39.99 at Princess Auto for a barbecue cover. So I just got it in the mail, covered the promo bike here, okay, and it came down to the pallet and I tucked it in or whatever. I didn't strap it or something, and it was gone. So basically I had this thing for 6 hours, maybe, not even 6, maybe 4 hours, and it's gone. So we don't know where it is. Also too, back in 1984 when we did the 37 Dodge hot rod truck here, I don't know if you can see it here, it's kind of terrible. But also too, my dad instilled in my little mind, okay, make everything smooth, even if you don't see it or it can't be seen. So we buffed everything smooth here, made it look good, even if you could never seen it, because this was under the truck box and you know it would never be seen unless the truck was taken apart. Okay, the 1937 Dodge hot rod truck was built in 1984 and we're smoothing out welds you could never see. So in 2022, I paid a fellow a lot of money, like $42,000 for this promo bike, landed here in the kingdom at the end of the world, okay? So as he built the bike or whatever, he was posting on the internet and he was all proud of the paint job and all this stuff. But when you zoom in and see the factory booger welds that weren't smoothed out and everything like that, these are visible welds you can see. So if this bike was to be judged at a show or anything like that, you'd be docked severely for crap like that. Okay, so you put this much Bondo on the fuel tank, maybe you could have spread a little bit up here just to smooth out the welds, okay? And also too, that's when I knew this project wasn't going to end well. And then when I zoom in and see these rusted bolts, like you couldn't take a rattle can of spray paint and paint the bolts before you put it in. So we knew this project wasn't going to end well. It didn't run, didn't have a VIN number, no paperwork. It was just junk. So cubing it was the best thing we did to it, because now it's not burdened on anybody else. I didn't sell parts off of it. It's not going to come back to haunt me. This bike will stay mine forever, and it can be bought at my estate sale, or it might be part of the filming of the Naughty Natalie book series. When the books become films, because we need a cube bike for that, that'll be featured in book 4. Okay, just about coffee time in the kingdom, and I popped the gas tank, seats, and everything out of here, okay? And this truck is not as rusted as the other one, but it also has the rust up here. Okay, see that? Little sunroof happening there. Okay, so we're going to pressure wash this. Seems how we have no power because the welder is off. We had to go old-fashioned, the obsolete way to get everything apart. And the gas thingy here looks not too bad. It came with about a half a tank of diesel, gas, and everything mixed together. But I trust it as far as I can trust my first ex-wife. All the reason because it had a locking gas cap. So the good old days of doing scrap metal and wrecking cars, we've seen this lots where the water comes in through the keyhole. So basically the tank is rusted. All right, let's go look at the tank. Oops, we forgot this here. Okay. The gas pedal, the rubber piece is $33 Canadian on Rock Auto. The chrome piece, which folds in around, is $15 or $11. So I don't think we're going to go for the chrome package because that doesn't really make sense to us. Okay, we'll fire up the welder. The staff brought over some things to charge in the house, so we're going to pressure wash the tank. and the interior inside the 67 plus underneath to try and get any mud, rust, or anything like that to fall off. Plus, we have to wash some poo pails. Yes, we have a limited supply of water here in the kingdom, but we're not wasting the drinkable or town water that we purchase at $1,300 a year. We're going to not use that in the toilet, okay? So we're going to clean these pails out, and then we can haul some rainwater or from the tanks there with the pressure washer to the house for flushing the toilet, okay? The staff has no water at her house, so she's probably included in her video what she's doing. But that's the joys, and it sure is quiet here. There's no sounds of Dick in his helicopter, no float planes, there's no traffic because you can't buy fuel. Isn't that unreal?
Got the last load of the brush cut down. Now I can actually see around the corner when vehicles come and go. Just gonna go drop this off in the kingdom, but look what I found. Some old wrenches. I wonder what my dad will think of these. Supper time here in Whoville, and no power, no problem. I got my rice going right here. We're gonna boil this and then put it aside, make some pork chops. As you can see, I'm inside my skidoo shed. I have the door closed to keep the wind from blowing out my little flame there, but let's make supper. No power, no problem. I got my gravy smothered pork chops going on here. Aren't they looking good? This is my view from my skidoo shed. Look at this. Hopefully the power's back on tomorrow, but who knows. Gravy smothered pork chops, rice with soy sauce. Does not look delicious. Glad I got my laptop charged this morning so I have something to watch while I eat. Once I am done eating, I will head to the kingdom, edit all the videos from today, and send it to him. Since the kingdom there has the generator going and he has power while I don't, but that's okay because I will head over there and charge all my stuff and end my day.
Okay, 5:30 in the kingdom. We got the welder fueled up, and we're going to fire it up at 6 o'clock because we have set times for welder for power. And of course, the people of Whoville know nothing. None of the management at the Whoville town office is telling us anything. Yes, you figured they'd be like the Blues Brothers and drive around with a big loudspeaker on the roof announcing the power's off, what's to do, where to get water, all that crap. But nope, this is Whoville. You're on your own. Okay, so we got the two trucks here. So we put some custom seats in here. So this is the 67 with the original 67 heater that was in there back in 1984. And then over here, oh, I'm going to have some talent here. This is the 68, which turned out to be a 69. So we're going to make it look like a 67. It's an automatic, so we have to put a clutch pedal hanging down for filming purposes. And it'll have a floor shifter too, okay? So we got the heater here. It's kind of bent up, twisted, but that's what happens when you're shipping to the end of the world. And we got the custom seat with perforation holes, so your butt doesn't sweat that much. And then over here, let's check the weather. It is quiet, just like the lockdowns in 2020. No vehicles, no planes, no nothing. Just super quiet. Okay, there's the staff closing up the freezer for the night. She is changing out her ice blocks, okay? So she takes ice blocks to her house for a cooler, and she brings back the non-ice blocks. All right, let's roll this way. Check on the flags. All right. Okay, there's the flags. They're safe in the hoe shack. Okay, so we'll end this video here for day, it'd be 24 hours exactly, well, 26 hours, 25 hours exactly with no power. So hopefully this will be over tomorrow at 2 o'clock, but it's all lies. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer. Yes, cold beer, not like the people of Whoville, and make a video. Talk to you later.